who they truly are, particularly when it comes to their deeper urges and personal interests. They put considerable effort into building and maintaining a carefully constructed image that aligns with what society views as normal or acceptable. On the surface, they may appear completely conventional, even morally upright, like someone stable, respectful, and grounded. However, behind that public persona, there is often a very different reality. Their private impulses and interests can be far more unusual and, in some cases, deeply unsettling. These concealed aspects of their personality are usually kept tightly guarded, hidden where others are unlikely to discover them. It isn't necessarily that they never act on these desires. Rather, they are extremely calculated about when, where, and with whom they reveal them. You may not even begin to sense that something is wrong until much later, sometimes months or even years after knowing them. That's because narcissists are remarkably talented performers. They say exactly what people expect to hear, behave in socially acceptable ways, and maintain appearances with impressive precision. Meanwhile, there may be an entirely different side of them that remains carefully hidden from view. On this concealed side can include secret sexual preferences they rarely discuss openly. For instance, they may feel attraction toward the same sex, but never acknowledge it. Or they might be interested in group encounters or alternative lifestyles that they intentionally keep private. In some situations, these interests may extend into even darker or more troubling territory. To keep these realities hidden, they may deliberately present themselves as exceptionally pure or even celibate. You might hear them claim they haven't been intimate with anyone for years, or emphasize their strong religious beliefs and commitment to moral conduct. These statements can sound very convincing, particularly when expressed with confidence and sincerity. Yet often this supposed purity is simply another element of their performance. A smokescreen designed to make you and others believe they are someone entirely different. Behind closed doors, they may be involved in behaviors that sharply contradict the clean and respectable image they show to the world. They might engage in risky, secretive, or manipulative sexual activities that they never openly acknowledge, all while working hard to keep their public reputation spotless. This contrast, the polished outer image versus the hidden reality, is a central part of how narcissists maintain control. By presenting one version of themselves publicly while privately indulging in another, they can preserve their influence, maintain power over others, and continue their manipulative behavior without being exposed. Their ability to manage their image so carefully while concealing things that would dramatically change how others see them makes them incredibly difficult to fully understand, often until it's far too late. Number 2, the need for multiple sources of validation. One of the core traits of narcissists is their endless craving for validation. This need goes far beyond occasional compliments or recognition. They constantly seek attention and admiration from numerous sources to sustain their exaggerated sense of self-worth. Rarely do narcissists rely on a single person for this validation. Instead, they prefer to maintain multiple sources of what is often called supply. They frequently pursue quick and effortless ways to satisfy this craving for affirmation. This might involve casual sexual encounters, visits to places associated with prostitution, or participation in other unconventional activities. They are continually searching for experiences that provide an immediate rush of attention and admiration. Even if they appear to be ordinary, family-oriented individuals on the surface, many narcissists lead double lives. Grass. These secret behaviors are carefully hidden from those closest to them so they can preserve their outward image while still satisfying their constant need for stimulation and approval. Their pursuit of excitement often has no limits. They will chase whatever offers the fastest source of praise, admiration, or sexual gratification, regardless of the moral or ethical consequences. Their hunger for validation, and they will go to great lengths to ensure they remain the center of attention at all times. Number 3, a hunger for unconventional sex. For narcissists, conventional sexual intimacy is rarely sufficient for narcissists. They are continually searching for new and unusual ways to satisfy their desires, driven by a powerful craving for novelty and variety. Even when traditional intimacy is physically pleasurable, it tends to lose its appeal for them very quickly. As a result, they may pursue increasingly unconventional experiences in an effort to keep things exciting. From experimenting with dominant or extreme dynamics to exploring taboo forms of sexual expression, narcissists often feel compelled to push boundaries in their intimate lives. Bland. This constant desire for novelty can sometimes lead them toward behaviors that are deeply disturbing or harmful. In extreme situations, it may involve predatory patterns where vulnerable individuals are targeted for the narcissist's personal gratification. It is important to understand that not every narcissist engages in criminal behavior, but their lack of empathy and strong desire to control or dominate others can create conditions where exploitation becomes possible. They often prioritize physical appearance over genuine emotional connection and may begin to see people as objects meant to fulfill their personal desires. Blend. Because they have little respect for boundaries or the well-being of others, they can rationalize engaging in actions that most people would consider unethical or immoral. This mindset allows them to justify behaviors that ignore the emotional or psychological impact on those around them. For this reason, it is essential to remain cautious and mindful of who you allow into your life, especially in situations where you or others who may be vulnerable could potentially be placed at risk. Number 4, their struggle with boredom and routine. Boredom is something narcissists often have difficulty dealing with. For them, the constant search for excitement and new experiences becomes a strong, motivating force. Even if you are attractive, supportive, and meet many of their needs, it may only be a matter of time before their interest begins to fade. Narcissists are rarely satisfied with what they already have and are often looking for something different that might bring them a sense of excitement or stimulation. This strong desire for constant stimulation can make them difficult to please because what they have in front of them rarely feels sufficient for long. When they start to feel bored with a relationship, a partner, or even a certain lifestyle, they may quickly shift their attention towards something new that seems more interesting. They tend to chase feelings of excitement and novelty. We always wanting something fresh to keep their attention and prevent them from feeling restless. Blandness. Because of This pattern, narcissists often blame past partners for the problems in their relationships. They may say that previous relationships lacked excitement or that their partners were not adventurous enough, even when that is not necessarily true. Over time, they may begin to devalue people who no longer provide the admiration or stimulation they desire. Instead of reflecting on their own behavior, they often shift the blame onto others, presenting themselves as the victim of unsatisfying relationships rather than recognizing their own difficulty with long-term contentment. Number 5, the lack of emotional intimacy in sex. For narcissists, sex is rarely about genuine closeness or emotional bonding. More often, it functions as a tool for personal gratification rather than a shared experience of connection with a partner. Once their physical needs have been satisfied, they typically show very little interest in maintaining emotional intimacy. After sex, they may withdraw almost immediately, creating distance and offering little affection, warmth, or reassurance plans. They usually have no desire to cuddle, talk, or engage in the type of bonding that many people naturally seek after intimacy. In their mind, the act is primarily about fulfilling their own desires rather than nurturing a meaningful connection. This lack of emotional engagement reflects a much larger pattern of detachment within their relationships. Narcissists often view their partners less as equals and more as instruments for satisfying their personal needs. This emotional distance extends far beyond the bedroom and influences how they relate to people in general. Many narcissists struggle to form deep emotional bonds because their focus remains centered on their own desires and gratification. Once they have achieved what they wanted, they may emotionally discard their partner, showing little concern for that person's feelings or needs. To them, intimacy is not a mutual exchange, but simply a way to fulfill their own urges, often with little regard for the emotional connection that should accompany it. Number 6, narcissists and their secret obsession with pornography. One behavior that often remains hidden in narcissists is a secretive and sometimes intense relationship with pornography. Many narcissists develop a private habit of consuming pornographic material, often engaging with it in ways that can surprise or unsettle those close to them. Some cases, this interest extends to more unusual or unconventional categories that others might find shocking or difficult to understand. Narcissists are typically very careful about keeping these habits concealed. They may indulge in them when they know their partner is not around, during work hours, late at night, or while their partner is occupied with other responsibilities. Because they go to such lengths to hide these behaviors, it can be difficult to recognize the pattern in the beginning. However, over time, certain signs may start to appear that hint at what is happening behind the scenes. If you ever notice questionable or inappropriate material on someone's phone, computer, or browsing history, it may reveal aspects of their behavior that are usually kept hidden. For some narcissists, online content becomes a private outlet for their thoughts and impulses. It can serve as a way for them to satisfy personal curiosity or interests while keeping those parts of their lives completely separate from the image they present to others. They may treat it as a secret escape, believing it allows them to explore certain interests without anyone discovering what they do in private. In addition to viewing such content, some narcissists may spend time on various online platforms or forums where these topics are discussed. These activities are often kept carefully hidden beneath what appears to be a normal and respectable public life. This secrecy reflects their strong desire to maintain a polished public image, while privately engaging in behaviors that may not align with how they present themselves. The effort they put into concealing these habits shows how determined they are to remain in control of how others see them and to prevent anyone from discovering the parts of themselves they prefer to keep hidden. Down. Number 7, narcissists' strong focus on cleanliness. Another characteristic sometimes noticed in narcissists is an intense focus on personal cleanliness and appearance. At first glance, this may simply look like a healthy commitment to hygiene or self-care. However, in some cases, it can reflect deeper internal concerns. Narcissists may put a great deal of effort into making sure they always appear perfectly groomed, sometimes washing or cleaning themselves frequently throughout the day in almost routine-like ways. Yes. This behavior may stem from a desire to feel refreshed or reset, particularly if they feel uncomfortable about certain choices or actions in their lives. Repeatedly cleaning themselves can become a way of coping with internal stress or tension, as if the physical act of washing helps them feel more in control. While the behavior may seem harmless on the surface, it can sometimes be connected to their need to maintain a sense of order and control over how they appear to others. Interestingly, this strong focus on cleanliness may also come with a tendency to criticize others about similar things. Even when their partner or the people around them are perfectly clean and well-groomed, narcissists may still make negative remarks about their hygiene. This behavior can reflect projection, where they shift attention away from their own insecurities by focusing on perceived flaws in others. By doing this, they keep the spotlight off themselves and maintain the image they want others to believe. Plummet number 8, the desire for recognition and praise. In relationships, narcissists often link their behavior closely to their need for admiration and validation. They may approach intimate or personal moments with a strong desire to be recognized, appreciated, and praised. Rather than focusing on their main concern can become how they are perceived and whether they are receiving enough positive feedback. Because of this, they may place great importance on hearing compliments about their abilities, or being told that they stand out compared to others. Their attention often centers on receiving affirmation that reinforces their self-image. Instead of viewing closeness as a shared emotional experience, they may treat it as an opportunity to strengthen their sense of superiority and boost their ego. This constant search for admiration can also affect how much vulnerability they are willing to show. Narcissists often avoid situations that require deeper emotional openness or equality in a relationship. By limiting certain forms of closeness, they maintain control over the dynamic and keep themselves in a position where they receive attention and approval rather than sharing the spotlight equally with their partner. Number 9, narcissists and their difficulty respecting boundaries. Narcissists often struggle with respecting personal boundaries in relationships. Their strong focus on their own needs and desires can sometimes make it difficult for them to recognize or respect the limits of others. Because they tend to prioritize what they want, their sense of right and wrong in relationships can become blurred, especially when personal interests land as a result. They may occasionally cross lines that most people would consider inappropriate or uncomfortable. Their pursuit of personal satisfaction or attention can sometimes overshadow their awareness of how their actions affect others. In certain situations, they may behave in ways that ignore emotional limits or relationship expectations that most people naturally respect. This pattern is often linked to a lack of empathy and a strong sense of entitlement. Narcissists may act impulsively, focusing mainly on what benefits them in the moment rather than thinking about the emotional impact on the people around them. They may treat others as tools to meet their own needs, instead of recognizing them as individuals with feelings and boundaries. Their tendency to overlook limits in relationships reflects the self-centered mindset that is commonly associated with narcissistic behavior. Number 10, the loneliness of being with a narcissist. One of the most painful experiences people often describe when being in a relationship with a narcissist is the deep feeling of loneliness that can develop over time. In the beginning, a narcissist may give you a great deal of attention, affection, and interest. This early stage can feel exciting and intense, making it seem as though you have found someone who truly values and appreciates you. However, this intense attention is often temporary. As time goes on and the initial excitement fades, their interest may begin to decrease once they feel their immediate needs have been fulfilled. Gradually, the closeness and emotional warmth that once existed may start to fade, leaving you feeling distant and disconnected. Then over time, the relationship may begin to feel less like a loving partnership and more like two people simply sharing space. The affection and emotional connection that once felt genuine may be replaced with a colder, more distant dynamic. Even if the narcissist stays in the relationship, they may stop offering the emotional support or closeness that once made the relationship feel meaningful. This situation can be especially painful because although the narcissist may still be physically present, their lack of emotional engagement can create a strong sense of isolation. The loneliness can grow even deeper if you begin to notice that they are seeking attention or validation from other places, such as social media, friendships, or other external sources. Meanwhile, their partner may feel increasingly neglected and emotionally disconnected. This emotional distance is one of the most difficult realities of being involved with a narcissist. Many people in these relationships find themselves longing for a deeper connection that the narcissist may struggle to provide. As we've discussed, narcissists often manage two very different versions of themselves. On the outside, they may appear confident, charming, responsible, and even admirable. Beneath that image, however, there can sometimes be hidden motivations, behaviors, or insecurities that are not immediately visible to others. Maintaining this contrast allows them to protect their image, maintain influence in relationships, and control how others perceive them. Much of this behavior is driven by a deep fear of being exposed or judged. Behind the confident exterior, many narcissists struggle with significant insecurity and rely heavily on admiration and validation from others to feel valued. Because of this, they may exaggerate their achievements, hide parts of their personality, or present themselves as more confident and stable than they truly feel inside. Their desire to appear exceptional or superior can sometimes lead them to create an identity that is carefully managed in order to maintain that impression. While they may appear calm and composed in public, their private behavior can sometimes involve manipulation, emotional distance, or inconsistency with the image they present. Unfortunately, this kind of emotional disconnect does not only affect them, it also impacts the people around them. Relationships with narcissists are often marked by distance, misunderstanding, and a lack of genuine emotional support. Belanger. Even when they seem engaged or interested, their focus is often centered on their own needs rather than a sincere concern for others. For those in close relationships with them, this can create a deep feeling of not being fully seen or understood. It can be very difficult to feel valued in a relationship with someone who is primarily focused on protecting their image and maintaining their sense of importance. Understanding these patterns can help people recognize how these difficult relationship dynamics develop. The more aware you are of these behaviors, the better prepared you can be to protect your emotional well-being and maintain healthy boundaries in your relationships. If you found this video helpful or informative, consider taking a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with others who may benefit from this information. Your support helps us continue creating content that brings awareness to important relationship topics. Tom Jantz. You're also welcome to leave a comment below. Whether you want to share your experiences or simply add your thoughts to the discussion, your perspective matters. Together, we can continue building a supportive space where people feel informed, heard, and empowered. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.